Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown. It's Friday. It's September 7th. All right, our free pick last night from the video, we had the Arizona Diamondbacks on the full game. We were that close to cashing another one. They end up dropping the game 7-6 in 10 innings, but at least we know we're hanging in there. We're not getting blown out. That puts our record at 14-6 on the free picks since coming back. We were 1-1 in the paid picks, NFL style. We'll get into that later on. But yeah, no damage done last night, that's for sure. I feel that we are definitely in the zone. And on those free picks, 14-6, that's a good record. We'll take it any day of the week. Eagles defense, they looked pretty stout last night. Actually, Atlanta's looked pretty good too. But mistakes, and penalties for Atlanta and the Eagles. My hat's off to Nick Foles and Coach Doug Peterson. This team really, I don't think their thirst was quenched when they won that Super Bowl. Philadelphia looking good. It's going to be an interesting season. All right, guys, there's just one college football game tonight. You got TCU, number 16 ranked in the country, taking on SMU. All right, they're going to play at SMU. This is an in-state battle. SMU got their asses handed to them last week from North Texas. They were losing 36-0 in the fourth quarter. All right, TCU, they got a big win. They beat Southern, though, so it's hard to gauge that. SMU has new coach, Sonny Dykes. Things are not going well. Got a good friend, good follower, Connor May. Shout out to you. He always gives me that information about SMU. And Connor told me, he said, Brenner, it's going to be a long year for SMU. So, Connor, hats off to you. Let us know as they move forward where our advantages will be. All right, right now, TCU ranked 16th in the country. As I said, they're favored, minus 22.5. The total is sitting at 59. And last week, quarterback Sean Robinson had 3 TD passes. But again, it's hard to gauge anything against Southern. I think that team, though, is going to be ready to go. That's the only college football game. Got no call on that. Might have a private pick in that. You can get a hold of me at MikeBrennerSports@gmail.com or send a text message 281-871-8985. All right, guys, Major League Baseball, pretty big slate. No early games today. Let's break it down. And also, we've got one free pick in baseball, and we're going to move that record up. I'm telling you, feel a nice little bounce back, even though we were that close last night. All right, Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Mets. You've got Aaron Nola on the mound, the only really consistent for the Phillies who have really been spiraling downwards. 10-18 their last 28. They're just sinking. And the Mets, they've been sunk. Steven Matz is going to be on the mound, 5-11 with a 4.38 ERA. Phillies on the road are favored minus 148. The total is sitting at 7. We've got no call in that. And you got Atlanta taking on Arizona. Again, we were in that game last night. We're not on this one. It's going to be interesting, though, because Atlanta, if they can pick up steam, they believe in themselves. They've got the bats to go deep, and they got speed on the bases. So Arizona, it seems like they're not interested in taking advantage of home field and doing what they need to do to get more consistent. Hell, they're 3-7 in the last 10. Arizona, though, is favored at home, minus 150. The total, 7.5. New York Yankees taking on Seattle. Seattle barely breathing. I think that team's about done. Yankees, they're just trying to get fully healthy. If they can hold on and, just get the wild card spot, that would be okay with them. But both these teams, 4-6 the last 10. You got Tanaka going up against Paxton. Paxton's 2-0 in his last 3, but my God, 6.55 ERA. So he's been getting some run support. On the other hand, Tanaka, he's just had his ups and downs. Anything can happen. Seattle, favored minus 110. The total is at 7.5. We got no call on that. And you got them Dodgers with Kershaw taking on Colorado, going to play in a mile high. Dodgers are favored minus 146. That total is at 9.5. It's going to be interesting because both these pitchers are really pitching good as of late. So a lot of playoff implications as well because the Dodgers are a game and a half behind Colorado. So they're chasing them Rockies, baby, letting them know they're there. All right, no call in that. And then moving on, you got San Francisco Giants taking on Milwaukee, baby. And Holland's going to be on the mound going up against Anderson. All right, Holland has not lost since July 25th, so that young man's really reviving his career. Milwaukee, on the other hand, 7-3 the last 10. They're going down swinging, baby. They believe they can win the division, let alone get into the playoffs. Pretty heavy favorite at home, minus 160. Milwaukee's favored, and the total sitting at 8.5. All right, guys, here's another game we're going to talk about. Got the Cardinals going to play at the Tigers. Cardinals really, really looking good at times. They're minus 146 favored. The total in that is at 9. Got a 24-year-old rookie on the mound for the Cardinals, so we'll see what happens. But Detroit, that team just looks terrible. You're going to see a lot of changes in that organization after this year. One game you got to talk about just because last year they met in the American League Championship Series, Houston and Boston. You got Garrett Cole that's bounced back since that 0-3 start coming out of the All-Star break. He's going up against David Price. Houston is on the road now, and they're favored minus 109. That total is sitting at 8.5. Both of these teams playing good ball as of late. They're 7-3 the last 10. This could be a pitching duel. We're going to be off of that, but it's one you definitely want to watch as a fan. All right, last game we're going to talk about, and we've got a call. Cubbies at Washington, Lester against Ross. Lester really zoned in. 2-0 his last 3, 2.04 ERA. Ross is making his first start since July of 2017, coming back from Tommy John surgery. We all know how rough that can be. What I like is the offense for Chicago. Rizzo is really clicking right now. You got Bryant healthy. His team's looking dangerous. You acquired Daniel Murphy. He's playing again at his old home crowd. That goes a long way. I like the full game. We're going to pull that trigger, baby. Chicago Cubs on the full game money line minus 138. That's right. One pick today. It's a free pick. Let's move our record up to 15-6 after today. We're pulling the trigger. Chicago Cubs full game money line minus 138. We do have a private pick. Hit me up, MikeBrennerSports@gmail.com. Let you know how you can get on board with several packages. Hell, we got one-day picks that you can get as well. A lot of people take advantage of them. I'm going to put the video out for college football. It's going to be this evening, so you'll have a night to chop it down before everything kicks off tomorrow. It's going to be crazy tomorrow. We're going to have a great weekend, guys. I feel it. All right, guys, bet responsible. Beat your bookie. Build that bank with Brenner. Don't forget the weekend's all about family as well, so let's not get lost in the shuffle. Let's not get lost in chasing, and let's not get lost in the computer and the TV this weekend. Let's make sure we do capture some of that family time. It is most important. All right, guys, let's have a great day. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Hit that like button if you will, and don't forget that Brenner Blast and that Brenner Breakdown is coming to you, baby. Let's get it done and go in this weekend with the momentum.